Right, so this time we're going to be diving into a holiday classic, a movie that never gets old no matter how many times you've seen it. And you know what? I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I'm already grinning just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to unpack what makes this movie such a riot,
Yeah.
but also why it resonates with so many people.
Yeah, it's a good one. What's interesting to me is how it manages to be hilarious and insightful at the same time about the holidays.
You're right. It's like a funhouse mirror reflecting back at our own family gatherings.
Yeah.
Clark Griswold's relentless pursuit of the perfect Christmas. It's what sets everything off right. I mean, every mishap,
Yes.
every unexpected guest, it just makes him even more determined. I mean, I kind of want to yell at the screen, Clark, just let it go.
Right.
But, we've all felt that pressure to try and make the holidays magical, even if it makes us a little crazy.
Absolutely. And it's structured like an advent calendar, with the countdown to Christmas.
Yeah.
And that just makes the anticipation and the chaos even bigger.
It did
And every day brings a new level of craziness. Like when Clark gets stuck in the attic hiding Christmas presents.
Oh, yeah.
The same day that Cousin Eddie shows up unannounced with his whole family.
Oh, man. Speaking of Cousin Eddie, can we just talk about Randy Quaid's performance for a second?
Yes.
He is brilliant
Oh, he's so good.
as that lovable but kind of off-putting relative that I think we all have.
Yeah.
You know, the one who parks the RV in your driveway
Right.
and empties the sewer in your sewer line?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's class.
Cousin Eddie's such a larger-than-life character, and Randy Quaid just absolutely nails it.
He does.
Every line, every facial expression, he's a walking disaster.
He is.
But he's just so funny.
And you can't help but laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, and the rest of the Griswold family, Beverly D'Angelo as Ellen.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the perfect foil to Clark's manic energy,
That's what she is.
She's the voice of reason trying to keep everything from falling apart. It's so funny because you have Clark with his crazy optimism, and then you have Ellen who's just exhausted.
Yeah.
And she just wants one Christmas that's normal.
Yes, and you can almost see her like pleading with the universe to just give her a break.
Totally.
But this movie isn't about that, is it? It's
Right.
about going with the craziness, going with the unexpected, and finding the humor in it all.
You got it. You got to embrace the chaos and the unexpected. And those family gatherings are messy and unpredictable. And that's the fun of it.
Yeah, you have the burnt turkey, you have the obnoxious relatives, the Christmas lights won't work.
Yeah.
It's all part of it.
It's all part of it.
And let's be honest, those are the moments that we remember, right? The ones that make us laugh years later, even if they were stressful at the time.
Absolutely. Like when Clark gets those 25,000 Christmas lights to work,
Yeah.
and then the whole neighborhood has a power outage.
A blackout.
Yeah. It's a disaster, but
Yeah.
it looks amazing, and it's just so over the top. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's that whole thing about wanting to go all out for the holidays, even if it blows up in your face.
Right, and I think that's why people relate to this movie so much. You have this perfect idea of what the holidays should be, and then you have the reality,
Right.
which is usually completely different.
Yeah, it's a reminder that things don't always go to plan,
Yeah.
but that's okay. The real magic is those shared experiences,
Yeah.
right? And the laughter and the connection, even when it's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta embrace those imperfections and just find the humor in it all.
Yeah, and this movie does that really well.
It does.
We have to talk about Chevy Chase as Clark Griswold. I mean, he's the heart of the film.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
The ultimate dad who means well but doesn't quite get it.
Yeah.
And he's trying so hard to create that perfect Christmas. It's classic.
Yeah, Chevy Chase does such a good job with the physical comedy.
Oh, yeah.
But then he's also got that dry wit, and he's actually kind of vulnerable in the role, too. He gets frustrated when things go wrong.
He does.
But you can tell that he just wants to make his family happy. And he loves his family a lot.
Yeah.
He's just a regular dad who's trying his best and makes mistakes, but he loves them.
Yeah, and, the film wouldn't be the same without the director, Jeremiah Chechik.
Oh, tell me more about him. What do you think he brought to the movie?
Well, I mean, he's really good at balancing that really broad comedy with the quieter moments that make you feel something.
Okay, yeah.
He lets the actors really shine,
Right.
But he also uses those visual gags and clever editing to keep the energy high and keep the laughs coming.
I agree with that. I mean, think about the scene where Clark is fantasizing about that woman in the department store.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a little embarrassing, but it also shows you how much he wants something more than his everyday life.
Oh, yeah. That's a good example.
Yeah.
And Chechik isn't afraid to show those moments.
Right.
Because they bring out the humor, but they also show you the real people under the surface.
Yeah, and you're right. He does have a great eye for visual comedy, the way he uses slow motion.
Yeah.
And those exaggerated sound effects in some of the scenes. It's like a live-action cartoon.
It really is.
Yeah, he really knows how to use visuals to tell a story.
Yeah. And the music is great, too. The classic Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Mixed with that Kirky score.
Yeah.
It's festive, it's funny, and it's a little bit sad sometimes.
Yeah, music is so powerful at setting the mood, and I think Chechik uses it really well to do that.
It's amazing how all the pieces fit together, the acting, the directing, the music.
It is.
To make this really funny and really heartwarming film. I think it says a lot about everyone who worked on it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's why people still love this movie.
Yeah, I think we've just scratched the surface of what makes this movie great. There's so much more.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's keep going. So welcome back to our deep dive into National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
It's funny how this movie makes us laugh at all the stressful things about the holidays. Like when Clark gets his Christmas bonus.
You mean that Jelly of the Month Club thing?
Yeah.
That scene is just perfect. The look on Clark's face when he opens that envelope.
I know.
You can just see his dreams of that big bonus disappear. It is, and it shows how the holidays don't always live up to what we think they're going to be.
But the movie finds a way to make it funny.
It does. It's like it's saying, we've all been there, Clark.
We have. We really have.
Yeah.
And you know what else is funny?
What?
Clark's obsession with all those Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 25,000 lights?
It's insane.
It's a little much.
Yeah.
But I get why he wants to do it.
Yeah. You know, he wants to impress the neighbors. He wants to make it magical for his family.
But of course, it all goes wrong.
It does in the best way.
It's like all our big plans for the holidays just blowing up in our faces.
But it's a good reminder that it's not about being perfect. It's about being together and making memories.
Even if the turkey gets burned or the lights go out.
Exactly. And speaking of lights going out, that scene when Clark finally turns them on.
And the whole city goes dark.
It's one of the funniest scenes.
It is. It's just so over the top.
The slow motion, the sound effects.
So good.
It's just perfect.
This movie really knows how to use those crazy moments.
It does. The director knows exactly how to make it funny.
But it's not all just crazy stuff. There are some really nice moments.
Oh, for sure. Like Clark's speech about not giving up on Christmas.
Yeah, even when everything is going wrong.
It reminds you that what really matters is family and friends.
It does. You can tell Clark really cares about his family.
Yeah.
Even though he makes a lot of mistakes.
He means well.
He does. And that's what makes this movie so good. It's funny, but it also has a lot of heart.
Yeah, and that's why people keep coming back to it.
It's true. It's become like this thing we all share during the holidays.
And everyone can relate to it. You know, family and traditions and everything going wrong.
It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's not mean.
No, it's not.
It's like the filmmakers actually like these characters.
Even Cousin Eddie.
Even Cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
And that's why it works. It makes us laugh, but it also reminds us about family and the holidays.
It's about accepting that families are messy, and that's okay.
Yeah, you have to laugh about it.
We could talk about this movie forever.
We could.
But we're running out of time for this part.
I know. We'll have to come back for one more part to finish up our deep dive. All right, we are back for the last part of our deep dive into National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's amazing how much there is to talk about with this movie. I mean, we've covered the characters, the humor, the heartwarming moments, but I feel like there's still more.
Yeah, there is. I think we should talk more about the structure of the movie, like how it's like an advent calendar.
Yeah. How does that make it funnier?
Well, each day it's a new challenge for Clark. Like the universe is against him.
And it just keeps getting worse.
Right. And the funnier it gets, it's like a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
You know? Just builds and builds.
It explodes.
Exactly. And it's like our own lives around the holidays.
Yes, it is. We're all rushing around shopping, decorating, cooking. It's crazy.
It is. And this movie shows that it's okay to laugh about it.
Right.
You don't have to be perfect. Just go with it.
Speaking of things not going right, what do you think about the ending of the movie?
Oh, the end?
Some people think it's kind of sudden.
Yeah.
But I think it's perfect.
I agree. I mean, it's crazy with the SWAT team and everyone singing the national anthem.
It is.
But it brings everything together.
It does. It's like the perfect ending to this crazy Christmas adventure.
And it has a good message, too.
It does. Even with all the chaos, there's still family and laughter and all the things that make Christmas special.
It shows you that the real meaning of Christmas isn't about the presents or having everything be perfect.
Yeah, it's about being with the people you love.
Even if they drive you a little crazy.
Yeah, every family has a little crazy in it. That's what makes it fun.
Exactly. And this movie celebrates that.
I think we've covered just about everything there is to say about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
It's been so fun talking about this movie with you.
Yeah.
It has. And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into one of the best Christmas movies ever.
Don't forget to tell us about your favorite parts of the movie in the comments.
And if you like this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more great movie reviews